Hello and welcome to another episode of Strand on Turn. I'm your host Jay Morty. Today I have with me Sangeticus again.
How you doing?
Yo,
As always.
what?
As always, at least for now.
Yeah, well for sure, y'all. You're gonna be here for a while.
Yeah, definitely hard going long on you.
Yo, who going? Yeah, definitely going long on New World. Who else? Who
Yeah.
else is gonna be shorting the auction house? Like I gotta know the deets, you know.
Well, we're gonna be talking about that today, of course, because locations.
Exactly,
Prime
exactly.
real estate.
All right, so today actually I'm gonna bring it up. I have the map of Aeternum. You guys can see at home, as you see, we have like all the households with a bunch of other points.
Yeah.
We got this map off newworldfans.com, so if any of you guys want to check it out along with us, or just to check out your resources. This hasn't been updated for the upcoming beta, but it's been updated since the alpha, since we played. So this is all the information we know as of yet, as we know it. So you want to kick it off? So we have 3 houses. Houses have benefits. There's tier I think 1 to 4. All the tiers allow you to have an extra storage chest for furniture, and also it's a shorter cooldown for your summon. Pretty much your teleport. So with that information, how are you gonna go about picking your house? Where? Why? For what reason? Just kick it off, Sangeticus. Let's go.
All right. Well, I have one completely in mind. I think I've been mistakenly calling the area that I would choose to live Monarch's Bluff. That is not the case. Now that I look at the map. See, I was describing Monarch's Bluff as a place that I would be at, but in reality, I was talking about Brighton. That's where I resided.
Where is
For
that?
most part of the game. Brighton is at one of the further north townships before you start getting to that end game area.
You're talking about Brightwood?
Brightwood. Brightwood.
Yeah,
Man,
Brightwood.
I gotta see it in my face all the time. I guess I'm not good with names, but
It's okay.
yeah.
It's okay. But if you click on it, it brings the name up.
Exactly. So Brightwood is where I would be. Why? I was a wood cutter, so I enjoyed cutting wood there. Also, that I don't know. I think I bragged about it for like the last 2 episodes. Was the Flint train? I would actually travel down to the south. Actually, the closest would be the southwest for myself, and collect flint. Now, this was before the devs updated the map. There was no flint found anywhere in the northern areas, so I would harvest flint and then sell it at an immense profit.
Yeah, which kind of made sense that they patched in Flint. It sucked because you actually found a way to viably sell Flint, which was pretty cool. But it was kind of a bug because where you would find Flint up in the north end of the map, you would technically find Flint there in real life. So like that's why they patched it in. Like it would make sense. But it's still very scarce compared to the other areas. And now they gave a new reason for Flint why you want to grab it.
Right, exactly. So, after that patch, it sort of changed the whole way of being. All that travel, because I did have to travel quite far, was unfortunately for nothing. But Brightwood is still a great place to be because you're right at that end game area. You got chests and dungeons like all around you. So I would definitely go there a second time. Brightwood is where I would be.
Okay, but before we get all the way to Brightwood, but like where would you have a starting home? Because we have up to 4 houses. We have up to 3 houses that basically like we're gonna have to eventually get a house because. Like, I do agree with you, Brightwood is very beneficial for the end game. It's also my end game pick as well because of, like, the minerals around there as well.
Mm-hmm.
But first I want to start, because, like, I'm for sure probably going to buy my first house in pretty much Everfall. Because Everfall is pretty good. You kind of get the middle of the map, There's a lot of iron around there, so like if I toggle, so let's say I toggle some ore, iron, and then let me toggle the points of interest again. You see, if you click Everfall, it's actually like around majority of the iron, which is pretty good. Like honestly, it is pretty good. But then it's kind of a kick in the nards when you want to get oil because it's rather far from the oil district. And I don't plan to have a house in Weaver's Fend ever.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I never. Or Restless Shore. Like I'm planning to really like stick to Everfall as my first house and save up all the way till my last house for Brightwood, because since it's 40k, I'm not sure how gold is going to be accumulated, like how quickly through questing, because if I could just save up all my quest gold and buy a house, that's pretty ideal, and then just grind my own gold, like pretty much purchasing gold for stuff on the auction house. That'd be ideal. But like, let's say it doesn't, then I'd grind towards the 40k and just keep the one house, and then go ham in crafting once I get that, because if I like toggle like the end game stuff like Star Metal and Orichalcum is literally only on that side of the map.
For now.
Closest to Brightwood. That we know of. We go with what we know of right now.
Okay, well we know. Yeah.
Okay, so like basically like yeah, so definitely over there is definitely like for me as or anyone who's going to be farming this late game stuff, Brightwood's going to seem like the most ideal thing, because like even though Star Metal's across everything, like everywhere in the end game, like top section, it's like the fact where you can have both in one section is a lot more better, right? Get it more better?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like that's why Brightwood, I do agree with you, for late game is going to be ideal. I didn't even think about the wood, but when I toggle wood and I'm looking at like the ironwood and then the fey wood, like it is around there. So it's going to be a really strong resource grind there. It might even be the second best trade for late game. It might be the place to be late game. So everyone's going to want a house there. And definitely going to want like a tier 4 house, because since all that juicy stuff, all those materials, you're going to want to keep them there. You're going to want the storage to hold it. It's going to be ideal. You don't want to schlep it all the way down to Everfall. The reason why I like Everfall is because it's in the middle. Everyone's going to want to go there. No one's going to really want to walk more one way than the other to like trade shit. Like someone's not going to want to have Ironwood all the way down to like, let's say, Cutlass Keys. They're probably going to stop at Everfall, like realistically speaking. Right. So that's another good, really big trading hub. Also really good if you're going to want to grind the auction house, I feel like. Right. I'm not into herbs and cloths and stuff like that. So like let's check it out. Like there seems to be
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
But scattered evenly. I think they did that right.
Yeah. See, they did it more or less right. Yeah.
Blight Truth and all that stuff, and Life Bloom, and these are only the ones that were released a year ago, right?
Yeah, but as from what I've heard and from what I've seen in people talking about the alpha on the forums and stuff, that hasn't changed much. They just changed the rest, like what recipes need more than like resources. The only thing to really get a fuck ton of resources and new things is food and cooking. There's a lot of that stuff. Like you can have feasts now and shit, which is actually like really fucking cool.
Right. Yeah. That sounds pretty cool too.
And honestly, yeah. Sorry, go.
No. No, finish what you were saying, because I want to go on to cooking ingredients.
Yeah, okay, so, what I was going to say to finish it off is that for my last house, I'm probably going to get it on First Light. First Light, just so I can have coverage of the whole map. I can go from top to bottom, middle, and I have like a 2-hour cap on each. And it'll probably be the last house I purchase. So like Everfall and Brightwood, I'm going to be swatching between those two a lot. And I'll probably be spending like essences to go down, like Azoth to go down.
Right. Right.
So you said you'd have your house in Brightwood. So where would your first house be?
My first house would definitely be Cutlass Keys. and it's debatable because there's Cutlass Keys that I love. I also like just like its surrounding area. Um, you know, some of the cooking ingredients. I remember strawberries are really tough to get, things of that nature.
Mm.
So I'd really like to be there, just so that I have access to these plants. Because I just felt during when we had played how rare and how it was just hard to get, at least for myself. If anybody
Mm.
that's watching this did it really, did it really well, leave a comment, tell us, let us know what you were doing, share the tricks right there so they can fix it and change it.
Wow, you are right. Like, I opened up the food ingredient tab, like I clicked it, and all the ingredients are more or less towards the bottom of the map or around Cutlass Keys.
Right.
Holy shit.
Exactly. Also, First Light is, based on what we're looking at right now,
Yeah.
clearly yields a lot. So our cooks are gonna resonate there.
Yeah, exactly.
Another thing that kind of concerns me, if you look at this map, and I know from what we know currently, but we also sort of understand that based on this map, we're seeing where certain towns most probably will be. And what I'm looking at right now is if we look to the east of Windsward, guaranteed there's going to be a town there. Guaranteed. For sure. And the way I want to do it is that the way I position my towns and the way I position my homes in the towns would mostly be every second hop.
Mm.
So the rule of thumb for myself is that I'm not gonna have a house directly adjacent, not in the next town, not in the one walk to.
Yeah, so you're not going to do what I did with Everfall and Brightwood.
Exactly. Some people might take that as a good strategy, but for myself, what I want to do is I want to make big jumps. I want to make big Azov jumps. So that's where I'm going to probably take Cutlass Keys.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I did love the scenery of Monarch's Bluff. I did love the scenery. I found it looked fantastic. And so it'd be Cutlass Keys. It would be Brightwood for sure. And then I'm thinking right under Weaver's Fen, there's an area that I think if I like the aesthetic enough, I will choose a house on aesthetic, which is odd, but hey, it's kind of the reason why I agree with you with Weaver's Fen. For myself, I don't like how it looks. I don't like it. It's very swampy. It's very different. It's just not my, I don't know, would you say RP forte?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's basically why I wouldn't choose that area.
I'm also realizing here as I'm looking at the map, they don't have the 2 new areas added that we know of.
Exactly.
But those areas I don't think have houses that you can purchase in them. I think they're like more like the end game areas where you venture off into, and there's no there's only like an outpost. There's no towns, no settlements.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like you're talking about the north of the most northern part of this map, right?
Yeah, but one of the new areas is actually off to the left of the starting of okay, so you see Brightwood. Mm-hmm. Off to the left of Brightwood, I'm pretty sure, is going to be Ebon Scale, which is like that
Yeah.
kind of like Chinese and inspired area.
Yeah.
And then there's another one, which is a swamp area, which I think is on the other side of like Everfall area. I think it's right here, but don't quote me on that because it might be up here.
Right under Weaver's Fen and east of Everfall.
Yeah, or it might be north of Moringale.
Okay.
So
check it.
Yeah, so it might be it's in one of those 2 spots. Which is the other one? Which is like the ones where it's like all the swamp pirates area.
Right, understood.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was definitely something that we need to, we'll figure out when it comes, right?
Yeah, for sure. We're definitely gonna let you guys know. We're gonna pretty much document our journeys.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm currently saving up to start streaming again on Twitch. Trying to get that. I'm trying to get that graphics card because I recently tried during the beta to stream it, but my graphics card wasn't powerful enough.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm planning to get a new one.
was a bit janky. It was a bit like.
Well, the fact that people couldn't really see what I was playing was pretty bad. So
Yeah.
that's what it is. What it is, man. So yeah, anything else that you want to talk about? Considering housing,
Yeah.
go for it.
Before anything on the table that we just discussed, based
Mhm.
on our jumps, based on our movements, based on our ore and everything that we're gonna collect. Which city did you find aesthetically to be the most pleasing to your eye?
Oh, well, I think it would have to be Windsward
Okay.
because Windsward is a city that has that canal that goes through it, and it's like really nice. Like if you walk in the cooking area and the crafting area, like you feel like you're kind of in a trade market. It actually feels really nice. I feel like the area was really well thought out. Yeah, everything I really love Windsward. Like if I'm able to have a fourth house, that would probably be where my fourth one is for aesthetic wise. But I'm too much of like I want to be everywhere all the time, so I definitely have to get one at the top, one at the bottom, one in the middle.
Understood.
Because I'm fiend.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Like now looking at those farm resources, like I might make my house in Cutlass Keys and just walk down to those areas.
Yeah, definitely. If you're going to be more on the magical side, if you're going to be cooking for your team, you want to go to. I mean, Cutlass Keys is great, but also First Light is technically even better. Because if you toggle that thing, look at the wealth of resource of food and basically like all that stuff at the
Where?
bottom here. The nuts that you could get.
Oh, for cooking
First Light.
ingredients.
First Light, basic, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I understand, but like you still can't get carrots, you can't get the potatoes.
No.
Oh
But
wait, can you? No, you can't. No, yeah.
No, you can't. They're definitely a bit further up there.
Yeah,
But
but
the
so you can get.
strawberries.
Yeah, strawberries, true.
Strawberries for me, they were like
And cherries.
strawberries were more precious than oil. For myself, not for the game. The game oil, everybody fiended oil.
Yeah, I fiend
Collecting
oil.
those strawberries, those like what I was trying to help our wizard, and collecting those strawberries like every 15 minutes,
Yep.
like 6 of them.
Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, but they fixed that. So
I know.
like apparently like the patch we played on was already like all kinds like fixed, but like we were like technically like 4 or 5 patches behind the patch they were like the production was actually on, and they said that in an Aspen Gold interview. So it was pretty interesting to find out.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
So yeah, definitely. For cooking ingredients, you got to be south. For a hunter, because you get hunt, right? The pelts.
Yeah, you definitely want to be everywhere.
Yeah, the animals are not really.
Yeah,
just
it'd probably
feel
be
like
the
out.
fastest profession to level, to be honest.
Bison.
What?
There's boar, bison. It all depends on what you. At the beginning, definitely, it's a great starter profession. I don't know how you feel about the end game. I don't feel that it's.
Well, like I said, like at first I'm gonna focus on the first like 2-3 professions, anything that because basically I'm gonna be the armorer / weaponsmith for the guild. So basically I'm gonna be focusing on that majorly, making people their satchels if they give me the eye ingredients for it, because apparently they nerfed satchels. So in that
really?
sense, yeah, because like you were able to keep craft as many as you want, kind of like armor. But then now to craft a satchel, there's like an ingredient you can only get through like a daily, or like I forgot how you get it, but like there's only a finite amount of them that you can get. So it's like you have to buy or sell them off the auction house per week.
Right.
So that's pretty sick. It's something I'm looking forward to. That's how probably I'm gonna make some money at first.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah. Sorry, continue.
Yeah. No. What do you think? Now, I think I'm skipping a bit here, because we're talking about towns and stuff.
Yeah.
Talking about where we live. What what would be a moment in time where hang on, let me rephrase it. How much taxes would it take for you to move out of a place that you love?
Anywhere there's less taxes.
Anywhere. So
Like, I would still live there. I would still live there because I'm a lazy shit. And since I'm picking based off, like, wanting to be in all around the map at all times, like, wherever my house lies, it sucks. I'm gonna be paying the taxes regardless. But if I know there's a crafting bench that's, like, 75% less taxes, I'm definitely schlepping all my craft material over there, crafting on that bench, and then coming all the way back.
Right.
Because it's worth that amount of journey, Because fuck whoever owns the town, which I hope we own the town, because we're going to keep those taxes low or decent.
Right. If you owned the town, what would you think would be reasonable? For both yourself and the adventurers.
Well, I'd probably at first, for starting off the game, if we control the town off the bat, it would definitely be like the lowest amount of taxes possible, probably like 1 to 5%. Trading tax and crafting tax. Because don't forget, there's two. There's the trading tax, the crafting tax, and what's it called? Your house tax, right?
Right.
So there's the 3 taxes, and I just keep them all low. A year into the game, probably pretty high, because I feel like gold won't be much of like a thing.
Of an issue.
Yeah. And I try to want to fill out the guild's coffers, because like the fact that we can max out our guild vault is pretty sick. So I probably have a nice war chest, get the guild a nice war chest, and then probably reduce the taxes to nothing again. So so it's like more for the people, because like we're not going to be raising taxes for the first let's say 6 months of the game, and then boom, taxes. That's how I would do it, but I'm not the guild leader, so I'm pretty happy with that. Like, I wouldn't want to be the guild leader. I don't want to control that. No.
All right. Yeah. Well, listen, guys. You'd let us know if you are going to be clicked up with someone, or you're that person, because you can be. Anybody could be. What taxes would you charge in terms of the 3 criteria? What would you, charge us? To live in your town.
Yeah, exactly. But what would you charge people?
Would I charge people?
Yeah, what would you do?
I'd probably do trading. Trading would be low. Trading would be like 7.5. Living would be low as well. But in terms of actual what's it called? Selling. There was 3 criteria. There was the trading tax.
The trading craft, the crafting tax, and the housing tax.
Crafting tax would be slightly higher at 10.
So you would shy away crafters, but encourage traders.
Yeah.
Because think about it this way, right? If there is a crafting tax and a high, think of it this way, everyone's gonna put in both taxes into their price when they're trading, right?
Right.
So you got to think of that too. So every time you can increase taxes, you increase your auction house price. It's fucked.
I would try to get one of the higher ones, so that the more precious items cost more to make.
But I would make Brightwood though. Honestly, if I lived in Everfall, I'd probably keep it low. But if I lived in Brightwood, I'd keep taxes so high to make sure people have a harder time grinding stuff in the higher zones. Because it's either make the trip to Everfall and waste your ass off, or peach to quiche, sir. Thank you. Have a nice day. Because in World of Warcraft, that's a problem. People don't have reasons to spend gold on things, so then they whore it, right? And then it becomes a useless thing. That's why I feel like the taxes are going to keep everything clean.
Yeah.
It's fucking sick.
Yeah. Sounds sick.
Yeah. The fact that we have wartime, shit like that. Can't wait for the real world PvE. Increase guilds to 100. Yo, this game is shaping up to be fucking amazing, dude.
Imagine living having a home, and you don't want the taxes to go up, and you know that the person that ward that area, even though it's not your group.
Yo, man, that can happen.
Against them to protect your taxes.
Hey, man, that's why Everfall in the alpha, or I guess we'll call it the preview, because that's what they were calling it. In the preview, Everfall kept getting warred on because their taxes were too high and no one wanted that, and people just kept trying to take them down. And eventually someone did win, but then they just lost everything, so they increased the taxes even higher. So it's,
Also, it was a week, so like some of the people who were there, they're just like, it's like whatever.
yeah, true.
Like that was a week long super grind, you know.
Yeah, and we
then,
reached like 46, 47.
I remember day 6. It was just like everybody was so done with it because it was just so like grindy. We basically forced ourselves to get to that northern area.
Well, everyone wanted to see the end of the game, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And they were power leveling and everything.
Yeah, so like it's gonna be the same thing at launch. Everyone's gonna do that, but everyone's gonna have different things to do, like more points of interest. Then we'll have reasons to farm world bosses, to farm dungeon keys. I can sell dungeon keys. I really hope that's an option, to be honest, since we're craftables,
100%.
like shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's gonna be a lot more to do now, and it's gonna be pretty fun. It's gonna be pretty jokes, you know. There's a lot of stuff that can be done in the auction house. There's also like so much you can just do yourself in the world. Personally, I plan to max out one character in all crafting. So,
Right.
like as soon as I craft one shit, move on to the next. You know, like in case whenever there's an expansion that comes out, man, my characters are gonna be ready for sure. Like this is gonna be the WoW of our generation.
We are. We're gonna follow this one very, very strictly. We're gonna follow it to the T, and we're not gonna give up on it that easy.
No, I'm not gonna give up. That's for sure.
Definitely gonna look at it twice, though. You know, on the rumors that I'm sure that they're not gonna follow anymore because they're kind of. It feels like the more we dwell in, the more I realize that they're kind of they're listening to us.
Yeah.
You know, they're getting constructive criticism.
Well, yeah.
Feels like they're taking it in.
Well, they took all our advice so far.
They do leave it open ended though.
Yeah.
They do leave it open ended. So there's always a if, maybe, coulda, you know what I mean? Like there's an open ended. It's never like a for sure cancellation.
Well, I really hope they find a good way to make players want to spend money on their game that's not pay to win. That's all.
I think.
Because other than that, they have a great game.
Yeah, they have a great game. Like, but not even that. Like, dude, you know what I want? I just looked at Windsward.
Mm-hmm.
Why not sell a? You could sell a poster. Maybe have a poster of Windsward.
Yeah, they need to sell merch, bro.
Like, yeah, I'll be heavy on merch.
Yeah, they have to be heavy on merch. Cosmetics, heavy on cosmetics and merch, bro.
Exactly.
Like, I want a New World shirt. I want a New World cap, bro. Like, honestly, I want that merch pretty bad.
Yeah, I want that merch too. Yeah. There was a New World sweater where it had just the crest here, and that's it. But it didn't reach us. Yeah. It could have been bought. People could have bought it.
True, dude. Like, New World, if you're listening to this, Amazon Gaming Studios, bro, I would wear your New World sweater on my show. You know,
I wanted to do it without the thought of this show.
Yeah, like, exactly.
Just a one up. Like, we're gonna one up.
I would already be wearing the sweater to the show.
I would wear the shirt if it was able to show up to my door.
Yeah, same.
Not available. You know, I'd probably be wearing it every stream, every video.
Yeah. I would wear it on stream when I start streaming again. That's for sure.
So yeah, definitely all kinds of stuff like that. That's gonna be sick.
Yeah.
And what they did with 8-bit scale was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Can't wait to explore and see more in Sanj. What? Last week was 5 more weeks. This week is 4 more weeks, man. 4 more weeks.
4 more weeks, but that's for beta, right?
Yeah, but beta lasts all the way till the game launches, so it's basically New World. It's just gonna have one reset.
Yeah, I know.
So it's gonna be a lot of experimentation and shit that I would want to do casually, first time around, and then when August 31st hits, it's taking 2 weeks off of work and going ham. I'm gonna be hitting in 2 weeks for sure. I'm gonna be hitting max level because that's pretty much what the plan is. It's what the plan. It's the peak.
I'm gonna take it a lot more slow. I'm not gonna. Thing is that if I'm partying with you, then I'm definitely gonna be hitting max level.
Yeah, you're gonna be taking it slow when I sleep.
I'm not gonna be like, okay, let me just relax and chop wood. I'm gonna be like, oh, we need you here now. and I'm gonna run.
Exactly.
You know, so.
But plus all the guys are going to be playing with us too. So and they're not the type of people to casually go through things either.
Right.
So yeah. So you're just going to be inherently probably rolling in the deep with us anyways. So.
And whenever I have those days off, like those days that nobody's really on and I'm off.
Yeah, that's what I want to ask you before I ended this episode. I want to ask you: are you taking any time off for New World on the launch date, not beta?
I can't.
No, you can't.
There's no. I can't take any time off, but in terms of
there's no vacation days you guys can take.
I wouldn't anyway.
Oh, all right.
But in terms of listen, it's probably gonna be the one. So you will see me there.
All right. So that's been I think episode 4 of Stranded on Aeternum. Alright, so guys, if you have any comments, please sound off down below. Please subscribe to the channel, jmortytv/YouTube. Subscribe to Twitter and Twitch because I used to stream a lot. You can check out some of my old videos. There's even some Halo videos of me and Sangeticus doing some crazy shit. So yeah, stay tuned. Check you guys later. Peace out.